EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen here in the booth. Greg, we've been around for a minute, as the kids like to say. I called your games. There are guys who you played with back in your day who are now the veteran players in the league, and we got a couple of veterans here at quarterback. What a difference it makes for a team when they come in with a guy who knows what he's doing back at quarterback.
Oh, and it really does. And remember, Mike, the only way to gain experience is to gain experience. There's no magic formula. You got to be in the fire, make mistakes, make great plays, learning lessons. The more you see, the better you get. And no position is that more magnified than in the NFL at the quarterback position. So the fact that these guys have played so many games, so many seasons, they've seen so much, that's a huge advantage for each of these teams. Now the question is, in today's matchup, who comes out on top?
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. And their quarterback is the all-time leading passer for the Raiders, Derek Carr, the veteran.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from the opening whistle.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. He'll go again here with Kamara. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at third down.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
They'll try and run for this with Kamara. And he'll convert, picking up the first down at the 46-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Carr now to throw on first down. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. On 1st and 10. Carr. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down?
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up And now they face third down. Now, Carr. He'll get this out quickly to Olave. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Rupee's kick is good. And the Saints will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
You just can't say enough about Geno and his turnaround over the last couple years, Mike. I mean, many thought he was destined to just be a career backup and just play out the rest of his career. And when things didn't play out at first, instead of just listening to those doubters, he just kept working on his craft. And next thing you know, he gets an opportunity with a new team, makes the most of it, and he's now solidified himself as a bona fide franchise quarterback in this league.
2nd and 7. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here comes 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Smith. That is caught. He finds Walker. 14 yards on that pass play there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
1st and 10. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Play action now. It's Geno. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
They'll go play action. It's Smith. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, Not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Smith and Jigba left side, he's got it. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. Have to get this to the 20. Here's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Gino. This one's taken in by Chenault. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Saints offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Carr now on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
On the handoff, it's Kamara. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 9. Carr working out of the gun. That one complete to A.T. Perry. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Quick throw here is complete. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
From the shotgun, it's Carr. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. He knocks it through. The Saints take a 10-3 lead.
Seahawks 3.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense ready for their second possession. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Smith. Quick throw, taken in.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down. Here's Smith. That's caught by Tyler Lockett. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
He'll get this complete to Walker. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
On 2nd down, Smith. That is caught. What a throw. Tyler Lockett. Touchdown, Seahawks.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop. be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will tie things up. It's now 10-10. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. First down throw there is incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Second down, Carr. Quickly to the outside and complete. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
First down throw for Carr. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. Carr. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. Saints going to use their second timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Back is Carr. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And he will score. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Saints. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Saints go up by 7. It is now 17-10. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here's Eskridge now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And he will take this one in. 73 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Now the point after drop from Myers. He's got it. And the Seahawks will come back to tie things at 17. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. He'll work forward for a couple. Boye Mafe in on the tackle. So we reach halftime in what was a very compelling first half of play. As we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports halftime report with the coach. Jonathan, all yours.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Geno Smith getting ready for their next possession. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Geno to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by him, there is a lot of space open underneath. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. and it leads to third down. Now Carr. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. The tight end Moreau is in motion. On the ground, it is Jamal Williams. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Now, second down throw from Carr. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
Carr from the gun on third down. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Saints move out in front, 20-17.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike, but 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
Brown now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Seahawks offense make their way out to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. Metcalf, left side, he's got it. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Straight ahead, it's Walker. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Canadian-born Nathan Shepard. They're on the stop. Third and 6. From the shotgun, Smith. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. To return, it's Shaheed. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Carr now. Shaheed with the catch. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw is Carr. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. It's a give now to Kamara. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play action now. It's Carr. That's complete. It is Buster Moreau.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Carr working out of the gun. He locates his receiver. That's Perry. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Carr now to throw on 1st down. Left side into the hands of Olave. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left. And it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Carr. That is caught. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, New Orleans. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Groupie able to add the extra point. The Saints will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Gino. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. The Saints offense ready for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. And that one not going to net too much. He'll get this down to the 31. Here's 2nd and 9. A give up the middle with Kamara. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man. That's Olave. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Kamara. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. And now at 152, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. Here's a 2nd and 6. It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
Blake Murphy for the Saints field goal. A 19-yard attempt. His kick is good. Makes the score Saints 30, Seahawks 17.
Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here we go. One final play. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the offense will get the ball back, be touchdown, and that will be a wrap. This game is over. So this one a win for the visiting Saints. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.